Anyway, Roe v. Wade, more like no v. Wade. Am I right? Oh, shit. Someone's knocking on my door, guys. I don't know who the fuck this is. Hold on 1 second.
His name is Hasan.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. What?
I decided to pop in.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna. Whoa! And look at the mask he's wearing.
You know how many weird looks I get when I'm wearing this mask? I forgot I had it on one time. I was like, why is everybody staring at me?
They're staring at you because they're jealous.
No, they just wonder what the hell this face is on the side of my mask.
They're staring at you because they're like, fuck, that's a limited edition Haas mods.
Did you sell these?
No.
No.
No, I didn't make them.
Away?
What? I didn't even make them.
Oh, you didn't make them. This is a nice spot.
Anyway, all right, go wash your hands and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And then pull up a chair here, and we'll look at the news together. We'll analyze the news together.
I got it. Is it only you here?
Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Okay, we got our lib correspondent, folks. Folks, we got our lib correspondent in the house. Tell Austin offline or say thanks for the lesson. I don't know what that means. Anyway, okay, so wait, what was I talking about beforehand with Amy Coney Barrett?
I've been waiting to use my line on her all day long.
What?
That the Constitution is the living, breathing document.
Oh!
Interpreted.
Oh!
And Amy Coney Barrett doesn't seem to know that. She seems to want to interpret it back in the 1787, the year that it was ratified, when when the forefathers didn't foresee that a woman would be on the Supreme Court.
Oh! God damn!
The same people who owned slaves.
Oh yeah. So as far as Roe v. Wade states goes, sorry, like before I forget my thought here.
Yeah.
As far as Roe v. Wade states goes, ladies and gentlemen, they're absolutely creaming over the opportunity of being the fucking state that they get to have on that legal document. Okay. They want to be the state that is like
whores in this house.
They want to be the state that is made is the reason why abortion laws were restricted and made illegal. Okay, that's what they want. So that's the whole point. That's why like it's bullshit when she's like, oh, I don't know the exact I don't know the exact court cases or whatever. I just don't understand it. Like, oh my God, like it's fucking bullshit. Like she absolutely does know. These guys are all activist judges. I'm gonna talk about that briefly in a little bit. Every part of the Republican attacks against Democrats is pure projection. If you've been watching me for long enough, you already know that that's the case. He brought his own coffee.
They're my new sponsor. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Starbucks.
Holy shit.
No.
What the fuck? I don't know, dude.
I'm kidding. No,
bro,
I'm
you
not
literally
kidding. Lover Host brought to you by Starbucks.
Bro, you don't even fucking leave your you don't even hit the live button for anything less than 120K average now.
No,
so
hey, we were a little down. We had a little down day. You know, we were at 90.
Oh no, dude, you had 90,000. That sucks, dude.
No, I'm just kidding. It was a great day. It was a great day. Great show.
Okay, well,
are we going to talk about the polls?
Maybe in a little bit. Let me just go through this, and also we got a live confirmation hearing that we got to look through.
Sure. I got it.
But first, I want to go through some of the highlights here with Dianne Feinstein talking to Amy Coney Barrett.
All right, I got you. I'm just a viewer. I'm just a viewer.
I don't know if you'll answer this one either. Do you agree with Justice Scalia's view that Roe can and should be overturned by the Supreme Court?
Well, I think my answer is the same because, that's a case that's litigated. It could, its contours could come up again. In fact, do come up. They came up last term before the court. So I think, what the Casey standard is, and it's a contentious issue, which is, I know, one reason why it would be comforting to you to have an answer. But I can't express views on cases or pre-commit to approaching a case any particular way.
Well,
it is bullshit.
that makes it difficult for me. And I think for other women also on...
Wait, what did she say?
Well, that makes it difficult for me. And I think for other women also on this committee...
Diane wasn't going to vote.
I hate how attracted to ACB I am. Wait, what is your take on Amy Coney Barrett as a gay man or bi man?
As a
as a mostly gay but like kind of bi guy.
Kind of bi every once in a while. I think she's attractive. I think she's good looking, 100%. She definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really attracted to her, to be completely honest with you.
These are not my words, but
the American people. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what is her
no, her
husband
husband looks like shit. That's
That's
always the case with these fucking. That's always the case with these like Republican weirdo families where like the wife is like impossibly hot for like a dude that literally looks like a bag of potatoes.
Yeah, and he's got the signature. What do you call that?
It's never like
He's got to be mostly bald. Is he mostly bald?
It's never. Wait, let's see. Jesse M. Barrett.
Let's see.
You might not even be able to find any photos.
I knew it.
Oh, he
is mostly bald.
He keeps it tight too, though. Never mind.
He's not bad looking, but he was probably good looking, like in his.
Yeah. He probably keeps it tight as well. Like they work out together most likely.
Let's get a bigger picture.
I just assume that they have like really weird sex, like really crazy sex.
Like wild.
Dude,
sex
she looks like
or
Michelle Bachmann. It had been driving me crazy. Look it up. I love Michelle Bachmann too. Yeah. Like. This guy picks up a copy of like Triathlon Runners Monthly. Like he wears those like really fucking short shorts, like the ones where your dick is supposed to dangle out of it. It's very weird. Those running shorts.
I never could wear those.
I can see this dude in that situation. He hits the stationary bike. Oh, for sure. Yeah, he has big religious school guidance counselor vibes.
Yeah, or pastor vibes.
This is a deranged.
Do you have a fit mommy fetish?
Let me see them smoke times.
I do have a fit mommy fetish for sure. Trust me, man. Look at the amount of kids they have. Yeah, but they have like half of them are like adopted and shit, dude. So
well, that doesn't say much because they don't believe in birth control. So
noise gate makes it hard to hear Austin. There is no noise gate. I deleted the noise gate. You gotta come in a little bit closer and yell a little bit.
I'm gonna come in a little closer.
She looks like the woman from Ozark. Anyway, maybe.
Yes. Look. I'm nipping hard, dude, through this shirt.
Hell yeah.
Is it?
Not really.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't be self-conscious.
No,
so,
I'm not self-conscious.
I was.
See it,
I've said this before, but it's like. I've said this before, but I really respect people who keep it tight. Like if they work out. What the fuck is wrong with you, you straight male sickos? ACV's an unattractive piece of trash. Shit in her voice makes you want to commit. So it was okay.
Okay, look, we don't exactly take into account the personality part of things, all right?
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Really?
No, the personality is part of the reason why I find her attractive. There's something deeply. I have a broken brain. There is something wrong with me where I do find like intimidating conservative. Intimidating conservative women like freak me out a little bit, but in like a good way. I don't know what it is.
That's absurd.
It's the like forbidden fruit vibe, I think. It's
maybe
like she's like super pure, right?
You're attracted to people who want to take away my rights. I mean, I don't think she sees me as a human being either. Like I'm a male, so I win on that front. But like, I don't think I'm doing well under her future as well. I can fix her a little bit, yeah. Morally bankrupt pieces of shit are Hassan's fetish, certainly. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's move away from it.
Wait, do you like Kellyanne too?
No, I don't like Kellyanne Conway because I don't know. She just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Like she just does not. Can you and Austin answer truthfully? Would you fuck Stormfront? I don't think Austin's seen The Boys, but I do find Stormfront very attractive. Yes.
Is it a girl or?
Stormfront is a character on The Boys' new season. I find Stormfront very attractive. She looks like fucking. She looks low key like Gal Gadot, and also low key like famous porn star. What's her face? Come on, guys. She's a really famous porn star.
Did you? Did you see the?
No, not Sasha Grey. No, Stormfront. The fucking Abella Danger. Thank you, Abella Danger. She looks like Abella Danger. She literally looks like Abella Danger, and Gal Gadot at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just broke you guys' brains. She literally does. Gal Gadot and Abella Danger look like one another, and they both look like Stormfront. These are all. Anyway, okay, let's just keep going. Amy Coney Barrett. She has family members with pre-existing conditions.
The judge as heartless
I love the system.
and on a
Now
mission
move to
to
full
scrap
This 5 bones
the
is
health
for
care
Austin. Give
law.
him one Abe Lincoln right
Frankly,
now,
that's
RJ.
absurd. Not only is Judge Barrett a mother of 7, she has children with pre-existing medical challenges of her
They'd
own.
be covered because she's rich.
Because she's rich and a Supreme Court justice. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's really funny. It's really funny. Like, oh no, she won't be racist. Don't look at the way she's like. Don't look at the way that she's been a judge. Don't look at her any like pre-existing court cases or anything like that. Don't look at any of her writings. Look at the fact that she has like black adopted children. She can't be racist. Don't look at the fact that she will absolutely fucking repeal ACA. Look at the fact that she has children with pre-existing conditions. Yeah.
No one on this committee or anyone has any right to suggest that she doesn't care about access to health care or protection
They've just been sucking
for
her
the
off.
vulnerable. Now,
I mean, it's Chuck Grassley. Of course he's sucking her off. Who also may or may not have COVID.
Isn't their job to question her, not to suck her off? Let her speak for herself.
Okay.
What?
Please, dude, come on. You know that that's not the case,
Blade.
right? You know that that's not going to ever happen.
I know.
Like, this entire thing is a sham. Lindsey Graham literally said yesterday, this is a sham. Like, we already know what the outcome is. We have enough, like, she will be approved. She will be approved in this, after these hearings, and she will get the votes. Unless, like, barring any sort of, like, insane circumstance, Lindsey Graham said that she absolutely will. This is political theater. She absolutely will.
So what the hell's the point of this?
The point of this is just for everyone to know what her positions are, and to have her on the record lying, and it's political theater, and that's it. It's just like, it's tradition. The point of this is the point of like 95% of like, it's for the jurisprudence fetishists, okay? And a lot of them exist in the Democratic Party, and some of them act like they exist in the Republican Party.
Right?
It's just procedural. It's just a mock trial, pretty much. It does not matter. This is so that like they can say technically she wasn't against Roe v. Wade, but also left enough of an out for herself so that you know, it's fine. But the reality here is like they're gonna ram her through these procedural burdens. Ted Cruz has even said like that it is ridiculous that they're even doing this. I think at this point, like, they don't even want to have these sorts of hearings anymore. They just literally only want to just do whatever the fuck they want unilaterally without asking anybody on their own. It does not matter. Like Republicans are, they've always been this way.
Didn't yesterday, this is a little off topic, didn't yesterday Ted Cruz join the committee remotely because he came into contact with the Utah senator that had coronavirus who was joining the committee live?
Yes. Ted Cruz, you're talking about Mike Lee,
Yeah, Mike Lee.
who did appear in person.
Who actually had coronavirus.
Does not care, and Chuck Grassley also refuses. He's president pro tempore of the Senate, as in the oldest member of the Senate, Chuck Grassley, Republican from Iowa. refuses to get tested for COVID despite the fact that he is 87 fucking years old.
He's like the biggest pre-existing condition.
Yeah. I love having a bunch of fucking corpses.
Pervert.
I love having a bunch of corpses actually take care of our future. It's great. Anyway, let's just watch. So this is precisely why I said earlier today, like, oh, how can you say I'm going to dismantle the ACA when my children have pre-existing conditions? How could you say that I'm racist? Don't look at like the previous ways I have actually decided on workplace discrimination. For example, I have children who are black, and it's fucking bullshit. It is 1000% just another way to defend themselves. So, Amy Coney Barrett has gone as far as to say every time she decides on court cases, she puts herself and her children in the victim's shoes. So remember that energy when you think about this case. The N-word is an egregious racial epithet, Barrett wrote in Smith v. Illinois Department of Transportation. That said, Smith can't win simply by proving that the word was uttered. He must also demonstrate that Colbert's use of the word altered the conditions of his employment and created a hostile or abusive working environment. Barrett went on to say that Smith introduced no evidence that Colbert's use of the N-word changed his subjective experience of the workplace. To be sure, Smith testified that his time at the department caused him psychological distress, but that was for reasons that predated his run-in with Colbert and had nothing to do with his race. His tenure at the department was rocky from the outset because of his poor track record. So ACB is basically saying that, like, if her prop adopted Haitian children were called the N-word by someone at their workplace, that would not constitute for a hostile work environment in and of itself. So, like, you know how we always say conservatives only like to think that someone is racist when they literally say the N-word, but like racism is more boring than that, and it manifests in very different ways and is normalized throughout our institutions. Amy Coney Barrett takes it one step further. Amy Coney Barrett says, no, the N-word itself is not even enough to create a hostile work environment or show that, or cause you, a black person, distress. She says that there has to be additional. She says that there has to be something else beyond the N-word that would cause a black person distress in a work environment. So, you know, just remember that when you hear this mock trial, the sham, the political theater that we are experiencing now. Republicans are fucking demons, okay? This is why I say Republicans are literal fucking demons. They are not like normal human beings. They do not operate like normal human beings. They are literal fucking demons. That's why when you, the viewer who is unfamiliar with how demon-like Republicans are, try to comprehend why, for example, Mitch McConnell won't pass through a second stimulus package, and remember how fiscally responsible they are. Remember how how fiscally conservative they are. This is why, viewer, you forget that they are not fiscally responsible or deficit hawks when it comes to a stimulus package where the overwhelming majority of wealth will be transferred to corporations, like it did in the first relief aid or first relief package. But once that's done, they don't give a fuck about the workers. They don't give a fuck about people. The only way that they were ever going to offer aid to the American workers in a time of a pandemic, and it was pretty good, the $600 a week, especially in additional unemployment, that was actually fucking good. Okay? But the only way that they were going to do that is if they were offering trillions to the fucking corporations and the wealthy. They would only do that on the condition that we, as American taxpayers, and I exclude Donald Trump from this because he only paid $750 in federal taxes, but we, like regular average American citizens that actually do pay our taxes, we paid for the debt of Exxon. Why did we have to do that? Well, that was the bargain. Because Republicans, they don't lie. I mean, they openly admit, like, the only way that they're giving you crumbs is if they give the benefactors, the actual benefactors, the corporations, the fucking wealthy, billions of dollars. And they don't even say it. Like, I mean, they don't even talk about the stimulus now. They're like, no, we're not doing it. We're fiscal conservatives. They tell their own constituents who are suffering in places like Texas, in red states. You think red states are not suffering? You think red states are not fucking suffering horribly because of this pandemic? You think there aren't small businesses in fucking red states? You think there aren't unemployed Republicans out there? Yes, of course there are.
What isn't really talked
So when
about
those
so much is the
constituents call up
eviction
Ted Cruz
crisis
and
that
they
is
say,
going on
hey,
right now.
why the fuck
What's
can't we
your
get a
take on
goddamn
that international
stimulus package?
moratorium?
What is this?
Not
We
a
need
real
it. We're
solution,
suffering.
but
Our
I have
communities are
friends living
suffering.
with me
They
because
say,
there
well,
is no work
we're trying to
currently.
give you,
This is a deranged.
we're trying to give you the aid, but the Democrats are holding it up because they want to get money too. But what we want to do is only give you the aid. What kind of fucking sicko shit is this? What is this? Like, we're just gonna do like aid to Republican states only? Like, that's what we're doing now? Anyway, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Where is the Sheldon whatever White House thing? Okay, the Chud called in the C-SPAN. You guys keep spamming this here. Let's hear it.
Nothing to do with what she's there for.
Can you turn it
That
up?
is a
I will. Hold on.
decision that might come up,
Let's go.
and those signs don't have nothing to do with what she's there for. That is a decision that might come up, and until it comes up, it has no bearing on this case whatsoever. And hopefully, we do get some judges that will overturn some cases that should have never been. Obama screwed this.
Oh, come on.
My man. Did you get lost on your way hunting wabbits? Like, you were out hunting wabbits and then you decided to call in the C-SPAN to complain about the demon rats? Like, what the fuck? It's wabbit season, and Amy Comey Barrett is supposed to protect wabbit season. I'm wabbit hunting.
This country up with gay marriage. He screwed it up.
Are you serious?
Of course.
Screwed this country up with gay marriage.
Screwed this country
He
up.
screwed it up.
He did.
Abortion is
He did. He's
illegal.
a
If it
demon.
is because a woman's saving a woman's life, or incest, or rape, it's against the law. Why do we have to decide on whether people have the right to say a law is a law?
Why should we
know
give
the law.
people
It's
rights?
written. Obey the law. Do what the law says. The law says no is wrong. Agree with the law. And women think it's right to choose what they want to do with their body. That's fine and dandy. But if it's my child you killed, you don't have to worry about me taking it to court. Those signs.
There's just like nothing.
Oh my God.
There's nothing there. It's like it's just an
deranged
empty can with like a penny in it, and it's just like rattling constantly.
This country with gay marriage.
ACB doesn't consider Roe a super precedent one highlight. Yeah.
Examples. So Brown v. Board of Education, as we know, that holds at the 14th Amendment.
Listen to me. All this is a sham. This entire process is a sham, obviously. Amy Coney Barrett is going to rip apart with the rest of the fucking conservatives on the Supreme Court, rip apart every piece of fucking precedent that ever existed that protects, things that Democrats care about, okay? They're going to use religious freedom to make sure that businesses and also church, for example, can get federal funds while discriminating against the LGBT community. They're already doing that. They're absolutely going to say, oh, it's religious freedom. And that's the reason why they have to.
Wait, so they're going to repeal gay marriage?
What?
They're gonna...
I mean, they're talking about it already. I didn't think that they would. Disconnected from server? What? Why does this guy keep saying disconnected from server? Dude, what? Dude, people are so weird in my chat sometimes. Sheldon White House talking about dark money. Just send me the link. They will repeal gay marriage. They will ban abortion. This is reality. This is why you fuckers have to vote. All right, LibDrive, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? It's
His
a bot.
name
It's
is
it's dying.
Hassan.
Oh, it's just a bot. Yeah. There's no way that politically.
Listen,
That would go very well.
if you want motherfuckers to vote, one thing that the Democrats could have done or should have done while they were in power is to restrain the relentless attacks that Republicans have launched against voting rights in this country. Okay? It's not just about voting. Like, on a multitude of different issues, Democrats that we vote for don't end up pushing the fucking needle. And then when I freak out over them not doing enough, LibDrive and numerous other liberals turn around and defend these Democrats and their inaction by saying they have to concede. This is how it works. This is how it works. They have to concede to the Republicans. Like, what are we doing here? There should have never been, it should have been without a question that, like, Merrick Garland, they should have fucking figured out a way to ram him through. They should have forced Ruth Bader Ginsburg off the court. There were so many things that they could have done. They should have made it so that Roe v. Wade is fucking permanent. How about that? Like, why don't you pass legislation? Why don't you pass legislation that makes, that protects abortion at the federal level? This is literally what your job is as a congressperson.
Okay.
Like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Can they do that if she gets confirmed? Can they do that? Can they pass legislation? They get control of the Senate and the House. Can they pass legislation that'll make Roe permanent?
They can, but the problem in this circumstance at this point, let's say if they were able to secure the votes, okay, and they were able to pass legislation both in the House and Senate, and then Joe Biden signed it into law, the problem is they could still go against it, elevate a case all the way to the Supreme Court, and then a fucking there's a 6-3 supermajority, a permanent supermajority in the fucking Supreme Court with conservatives that would repeal it. Like, yeah, they will just strike it fucking down even if they pass legislation now. They would have done that with, most likely they could have even tried to do that with a 5-4 majority.
The American people are tired of
Won't Dems just add more judges? So here's the thing. You want to know why the packing the Supreme Court is an idiotic fucking conversation to be had right now? How the fuck do you pack the Supreme Court? Like, what? Do you think that, like, Republicans are going to fucking vote alongside Democrats to add additional Supreme Court justices onto the Supreme Court? Like, or do you think that they're going to vote to destroy the filibuster, for example, and, like, take away all tools that the Republicans would the Republicans would have at their disposal to stop Democrats from putting a fucking Supreme Court or adding additional seats to the Supreme Court? Like, before we even talk about packing the court, what we need to talk about is like which Republicans are gonna be fine with adding additional seats. Like, do we even have a Senate majority? Is that without a doubt a reality? Like, that's why I think it's a fucking insane. That's why I think it's, like, insane that we're talking about, like, packing the fucking Supreme Court right now, one way or the other. Okay? We don't have that right now. That's why I think it's kind of malarkey for Joe Biden to spend time on it. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand. He
there
hasn't
are
really spent too much time on it.
I know, no, I think I know. I'm just like
He answered something today though. Did you hear what he said?
I'm just annoyed with people who are like, "Oh, you're gonna pack the Supreme Court. You're gonna pack the Supreme Court." Like,
he said he's not a fan today.
let me say something. Of course, he's not a fan because he's fucking cuck. He is like.
Talk about Joe like that.
Hutch disagrees. Well, I don't care what Hutch disagrees with. Here's the fucking. here's the fucking reality. Oh, Joe Biden, total cuck.
Are you kidding me?
Really? One of the most conservative Democrats in his 47-year career is not a cuck. He's like literally known to be a concession lord with Republicans. Here's the problem. This guy's live baiting me right now. Okay. Here's the problem. I think that it's silly for Democrats to ever spend a moment talking about this stuff when there are infinitely better positions for them to talk about, okay? Especially because I think that even if the Democrats were to suggest court packing, if they were to add Supreme Court justices, they would literally add 2 additional Supreme Court justices, which would then still, in the most democratic way possible, leave them behind. Like, they would still lose in that circumstance. Republicans or conservatives would still have a majority in that Supreme Court. So, classic fucking Democrats, for them to, like, this is such a beautiful moment that describes Democratic politics perfectly. Do you understand? It's a beautiful moment that describes how Democrats operate, where they go balls to the wall and push for something that will hurt them potentially politically. Okay?
Make that pullout game weak.
They will potentially hurt themselves politically. And even in that circumstance where they actually do something that is necessary, they still lose. They get hurt politically, like the ACA, and they don't go far enough, and they still end up fucking losing. Okay? It is a perfect representation of how Obamacare was deliberated on, and the concessions were made to Republicans that never ended up fucking voting for it anyway. It's great. Dem should have just boycotted and said if she's confirmed, we'll pack the court. I think that that's not the best idea. I think threatening them, saying that they're going to pack the court, actually gives a talking point to the Republicans, and Democrats would not have been able to control that narrative well. Republicans are already attacking that straw man, that paper tiger, if you will. Like, Republicans, what are they doing? What have their defenses been so far? Oh, Democrats are gonna attack Amy Coney Barrett on her religion because they hate your religion, they hate God, they hate that she's Catholic. Not a single one of the Democrats has said anything about her religion so far. They're very careful not to. Which, by the way, Amy Coney Barrett, unironically, American Sharia. Get the fuck out of here, okay? I don't want a goddamn imam deliberating or deciding my fucking future, okay? Just like I don't want Amy Coney Barrett as a normal American citizen. I don't want that shit. Get the fuck out of here. What, you think that would be okay if we had like an actual fucking mullah with I don't know, some like Sharia law loving mullah get elevated to the fucking Supreme Court? If Democrats were the same as Republicans, or rather if Democrats operate in the way that Republicans portray them, that's what would happen. Obama would put up like some fucking like Pakistani madrasa Wahhabi extremist fucking mullah imam who like got elevated through the liberal version of the Federalist Society, and would be saying like, you know, God, Allah is judging me every day as he judges all of us, and that I think that I will allow Allah's will to interpret some of these court cases that I look at. That would be fucking insane. That would be insane, okay? And it's just as insane when sickos like Amy Coney Barrett that come from like not just regular Catholicism, which is like whatever. Obviously, I don't have a fucking problem with like regular Catholics, but a weirdo cult where she's like subservient to the patriarch of her family and shit like that. Like,
is that what she believes?
She's from a cult called like the Covenant, I think, and they're fucking weirdos. They're like really religious weirdos.
Damn. Is it like traditional marriage roles and shit?
Beyond that, but yeah.
What's she gonna do when she's a judge?
I don't know. But anyway, why talk politics? Monkey eat and eat banana barter system work well. You're right. We'll talk about the Eli.
He is a judge.
They will take women out of video games. That's why you have to vote. Anyway, so it's completely psychotic. She will dismantle ACA. I don't think that she will actually overturn Roe v. Wade, but who knows? Maybe they will do that. I don't know. Maybe they will do that. Maybe I'm wrong on it.
Is there a case up right now that could?
I mean, they will 100%.
They're gonna bring it up?
Of course, there was like 3 that the previous Supreme Court already extended, like, or protected Roe v. Wade on. Like, there was like fucking immediately. Do you not remember when like 8 red states immediately made abortion illegal?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's why they do it. There's always cases.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you worried about Obergefell v. Hodges? That's another thing I don't understand. There is literally no reason to overturn Obergefell. There is no material benefit to overturning gay marriage. Like, there's just nothing. Like, you're not... It is widely popular, even in red states. No one gives a fuck. It makes no goddamn sense. Like, it makes no sense to do that. And still...
Still, they're talking about it.
Obergefell, yeah.
Gay marriage was legal in a lot of states before it became federally legal, correct?
Step 1 is policy. Courts intervene after policies pass. Pass popular policy, and if it's overturned, your base will let the powerful know. Popular policy over worrying about courts. Courts are something to worry about when there is a case in front of them. There will always be a case in front of them. There's a reason why Republicans care about the courts. There's a reason why Republicans have stressed the importance of courts. There's a reason why they have the Federalist Society. There's a reason why they unironically have activist judges while they claim that the Democrats are doing the exact same thing. They know that their positions are unpopular. They know that they are in the moral minority. And especially, like, I think Matt Christman was talking about this. I haven't looked into this before, and I didn't know this, but Matt Christman was talking about this on the latest Chapo episode, where he said that, like, Republican policies on its face are so fucking horrific that people literally don't believe it. Like, people literally don't believe when in focus groups, when faced with an actual Republican policy and its outcomes, people are like, no, that's not real. And they no longer believe the fucking questionnaire or the person asking them the questions. That's how fucking insane Republican policy is. Okay, did I don't know all you?
No, it's okay.
What were you
I knew
saying?
the answer to my question. There was a lot of states that had you could get gay married in before the law.
Yeah. This was
California, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah.
All blue states. A lot of blue states, I think.
The first day I moved to California was the first day that California legalized gay marriage, or the first gay marriage happened.
What year was that?
Like 2000. What was it, like 2013? Or no, 2012 is when I. 2012 is when.
Be recognized in like a state like Idaho.
2012 is like when I first. I think it was 2012.
Who the fuck wants to go to Idaho?
I mean, the whole point of like recognizing gay marriage rather than like civil unions or whatever the fuck you want to call it, rather than partnership, is because while there's tax benefits at the federal level, there's also like the additional circumstances where like you can see your partner in the emergency room and shit like that. But beyond that, it normalizes homosexuality. It normalizes LGBT. Like, that's a huge deal. It allows gays like Ruben to be as racist as they want to and be accepted in Republican circles. Like, come on. This is a huge deal for the cis white gays.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true.
Anyway, breaking news. Trump defense secretary does not rule out sending active duty troops to the polls on election day. No. That's fucking nuts. That's not happening.
Amendment prohibits states from segregating schools on the basis of race. So is that precedent?
Yes.
That can't be overruled.
Well, that is precedent. And as I think I said in that same article, it's super precedent. People consider it to be on that very small list of things that are so widely established and agreed upon by everyone. Calls for its overruling simply don't exist.
Okay. Well, you also separately acknowledged that in Planned Parenthood v. Casey, the Supreme Court's controlling opinion
like
talked
rival
about
moms at a
the
PTO
reliance interest on Roe v. Wade,
Yeah, both of them hot. Both of them very hot. You're right.
which it treated in that case as super precedent. Is Roe a super precedent?
How would you define super precedent?
I
You just used it. It's your fucking term, you dumbass.
I might have thought someday I'd be sitting in that chair. I'm not. I'm up here, so I'm asking you.
Okay, well, people use super precedent differently.
Okay.
The way that it's used in the scholarship and the way that I was using it in the article that you're reading from.
Like, you're the one who used it, so explain if in Brown v. Board of Education it's a super precedent, why is it not in Roe v. Wade? Why don't you just say it? Like, it literally, what did you have, fucking amnesia from 5 seconds ago?
Was to define cases that are so well settled that no political actors and no people seriously push for their overruling. And I'm answering a lot of questions about Roe, which I think indicates that Roe doesn't fall in that category. And scholars across the spectrum say that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled. But descriptively, it does mean that it's not a case that everyone has accepted and doesn't call for its overruling. I don't
Okay,
think
so here's what's interesting to me. You said that Brown is, and I know my time is running out,
Mary
is a
Austin
super
at a local
precedent.
mall, or
That's
you're a
something
homophone?
The Supreme Court has not even said, but you have said that. So if you say that, why won't you say that about Roe v. Wade, a case that the court's controlling opinion in that Planned Parenthood v. Casey case has described as a super precedent? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, Senator, I can just give you the same answer that I just did. I'm using a term in that article that is from the scholarly literature. It's
you're
actually
leaving?
one that was developed by scholars who are, certainly not conservative scholars who
your
take a
glass
more
dangerous?
progressive approach to the Constitution. And again, as Richard Fallon from Harvard said, Roe is not a super precedent because calls for its overruling have never ceased, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
I'm so confused by this. So, wait. So it just depends on. Wait, I don't know how this works. Okay, I'm not a constitutional scholar, and I don't know if my constitutional law professor here, Austin, has any takes on this. As far as super precedents go, like, what is it dictated by how solid it is? How solid it is, and how little dissent there is? Or is she trying to say that super precedent implies, like, if there are people who are fucking, even if there is a very vocal, albeit a minority, but a very vocal minority, then it's not a super precedent? Like, what does that mean? So, like, depending on whatever the fuck you're talking about. So if Antifa was almost as powerful as the evangelical Christian base, and they wanted to, I don't know, throw every Nazi in jail, so then we could fucking overrule the First Amendment if we wanted to, like, that makes no sense. Like, is that what she's trying to say? Isn't the entire point of the Supreme Court, or at least, like, literally the way that the Republicans use the Supreme Court, is to overrule the tyranny of the majority that somehow still escapes the powerful forces of the Electoral College? You know what I mean? I thought our entire system was designed to overrule the majoritarian rule. Like, because, I mean, goddamn, what if the majority of people want good things rather than bad? That would be fucking terrifying. Yeah, you can't just be like, super stare decisis doesn't sound as sexy, so they probably use super precedent, but it makes it open to interpretation just as she is showing. Okay, but if it's her interpretation, on one hand, she's saying one has established super precedent, the other doesn't. And so you are saying that you could and you will very likely overrule the decisions made in Roe v. Wade in another case that comes in front of you, along with your fucking homies in the Supreme Court.
I need to study up on this hearing. I've just been looking at the polls.
It's not that hard. It's just what she personally agrees with or not. Typical conservative. I mean, typical liberal too. I wish fucking liberals were more like this. That's what I'm saying. What do I always say? Listen to me. What do I always fucking say? I want Democrats to do politics like Republicans, not policy. Democrats, unfortunately, are too similar to Republicans in policy and not similar to Republicans in politics. Republicans are horrible on policy and they're horrible on politics, but horrible in the way that they're good at what they fucking do. They love to win. Okay? That's an awful idea, dude. Shut the fuck up. I just want a goddamn W, bitch. I'm sick and tired of you fucking losers in my chat. I'm sick and tired of Democrats losing, okay? I'm sick and tired of the left losing too, but at least there's material reasons as to why the left loses. But the Democrats should not be losing as hard because they control at least some forms of fucking capital, and at least they have control over like shit that the media says with the as long as they don't go too far and start genuinely advocating against the power of capital and like try to fucking, I don't know, try to change our current capitalist structure. I'm even more sick and tired of losing than even you are. Fucking idiot Dems don't listen. Like, I don't get it.
This is a deranged.
I think you can absolutely make an argument to behave like the Republicans do. Why is there no fucking Federalist Society equivalent to the unironic activist judges that we should see from the left? Why? Why isn't there no Federalist Society equivalent to leftist Antifa judges? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Don't say there is. What is there? Like, there's like two fucking groups that hold on. No. There isn't. There are like liberal equivalents that are nowhere near as open about their interest in putting conservatives in positions of power. That's not true. There is no fucking Federalist Society equivalent that would be able to tell Barack Obama, okay, like they did with George W. Bush, that you are not going to be able to put whoever the fuck you want to in that Supreme Court. We are stopping you, and we're going to give you our own Supreme Court justice instead. This was one of the first things that the Federalist Society did that got everyone, that captured everyone's attention. Under George W. Bush, who the fuck was the, George W. Bush wanted one of his like personal fucking lawyers that he's known for a long time as his appointment to the Supreme Court. Okay? And the Federalist Society was like, fuck no. You don't get to do that, you drunk fuck. No, you're going to put Helen Myers. You're like, no, that's not someone that we vetted. That's not happening. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. I gotta go, guys.
ACLU? What? ACLU? You mean the guys that fucking defend Nazis? What are you, insane? ACLU are like unironic libertarians. Bye, Austin. Sorry. Like some of the, I mean, I love the ACLU. I've given money to the ACLU, but like, don't act like the fucking ACLU legitimately is like, is on the same, in the same way, like in a partisan capacity, operates in a partisan capacity. All right, Austin's out. Hold on, I'm gonna say peace out to him. One second.
See you guys later. I'll see you in the chat.
Austin will be here, of course, in the chat with you.
I'll be in the chat.
Run an ad now? No, I'm not gonna run an ad. All right.
About
I gotta pee while this
severability
plays.
when you were on it. I was enthusiastic about everybody and very enthusiastic about your nomination by the president.